I want to share with you a big secret today, and it's not one that a lot of you are gonna do want to hear. But at the same time, it's so important that I have to tell you. That secret is this. What if I told you that every single day kids go to school, they become less intelligent? Now, how could that be possible? When kids go to school, they learn things right and they accumulate more knowledge. So if anything, they should be getting smarter. How could they possibly be getting less intelligent? What am I talking about? Well, I do have to illustrate it to you today. Before I turned 14, I was a kid that did not know what he wanted in life. So usually when you go up to a 5 or 6-year-old, what do you want to be when you grow up? He would say an astronaut or a businessman. I wanted to be a professional Call of Duty player. And since I had no idea about what I wanted to be when I grew up, I just listened to my parents almost 100%. I trusted that they knew what was best for me. My parents wanted out of me what any typical parent would want out of us. Go to school, keep up your grades, get out, exercise once every few years. And I was trying to do everything they asked of me, except the problem was I wasn't even that good at school. I was terrible at science, could not write a 5-paragraph essay in my life, and to this day, I still think I'm the only Asian kid in the world who does not understand math. I really do. But when I turned to 14, that all changed. I was no longer this hot air balloon and floating around in space. I was now like a supersonic jet flying toward my destination. However fast those things go. This change all started when I received an envelope with a mail. It was an invitation not to a birthday party. I did not get any of those, not to a playground, but to a business plan competition down in Boston. And I was curious. I was just so curious that I had to go. The program director explained to us that over 5 months, we would form a team, develop a business idea, and present this idea to a panel of judges who would be judging this, how good our suits are, how good our business ideas were. A long story short, I formed a team, developed an idea, and we actually ended up winning that competition and taking home a check. And that one even sparked my interest for going to more and more of this competition. Over the next 2 years of my life, I actually went to dozens and dozens of competitions, and I was winning almost all of them. And I realized that I liked going to them so much, not just because I liked winning them, but also because I had an unrealized passion. That was a passion for creating things, because the one thing that my team would do differently from our other competitions was, well, everyone would go up and present their idea and their PowerPoint. We would go to Home Depot, buy supplies, and actually build the idea we were talking about. And the judges were just blown away by the fact that a bunch of teenagers could go and create things, can make prototypes and minimum viable products. We won almost every single competition just because the judges loved that we had gone and executed. At one of these competitions, I met a short-tempered, middle-aged, polite guy named Frank. If he is here today, I had better run after this. He came up to us, took a look at our prototype, and said, I can help you guys turn into a real company. Think about that. Isn't that cool? We're 16 years old, we're gonna into world and creating a real hardware technology startup. At first, we were all like, time to be Steve Jobs. Let's go build Apple, dropping out of school now, but we quickly realized that it's not easy. So, don't drop out unless you're really sure that you have a good idea. But we realized that the first part to building a great company is to assemble a great team. And as students, we couldn't go to bars network. So we went to our school and set up the little presentation in our auditorium, in which we would present our idea and hopefully kids would join our team. We sent out an invitation to our entire school, and the first thing we noticed is that there was almost no interest, and those who did show up spread the rumor around the school, and throughout that week we were actually mocked. We were made fun of for our ideas and for being wonderful Max Zuber. What's funny is, the next week after, we took an exact same presentation and did it at our elementary school, so two kids, and the response were phenomenal. These kids were throwing there, asking if they could buy a prototype. They were asking for our bring money, which I know you guys know from watching Shark Tank, but it was amazing that these kids even know terms like exist when they were too young to even properly pronounce some of these words. That just inspired me too much, and I think this is what our education system had done. Over just the 5 to 6 years in education systems, these creative children have turned and are unwilling to think outside of the box. So let's go back to the secret I was talking about. How it is possible that school is making kids less intelligent. The fact is, there is so much more than just one type of intelligence. While school can make you more academically intelligent, it can teach you physics, calculus. It is diminishing the children's creative. It's teaching them to think a certain way, to go down a certain path in life. It's telling them go to high school, get a diploma, go to a good college, find a stable job. And if you don't do that, you won't be successful. And if that was true, how am I ever standing here today? How did I, a straight C student, start a technology company at the age of 16? And how is my company, which was featured on a Wall Street Journal last week, doing better than some of the companies started by Harvard and Stanford graduates? It must be something that I can't measure by academic intelligence alone. So here is what I believe. Parents, teachers, educators, you have the power to influence and inspire youth. The fact is, there are way too many people out right now who are obsessed with telling kids to go to college, to find a good job, and to be successful. There are not enough who are telling kids to explore more possibilities, to become entrepreneurs. And if there's one message that I want parents' kids to take away from what I said here today, is that you can open your own doors. That stay away from this limited and narrow path that education sets up you upon. You can diverge and create your own future. You can start your own companies and start your own non-profits. You can create, you can innovate. And if there's one message I want to take away from everything I said, is this. No one has ever changed the world by doing what the world has told them to do. Thank you.